Hello everybody, this is Money Mom. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm wearing a Christmas shirt. You want to know why? It's super comfortable, but we did finally take down our Christmas decorations. Well, guess what we're talking about today, guys? We're talking about the difference between being poor and being broke. I thought it was the same thing, but there is a difference. Let's get started and talk about it. And as always, I know there's going to be a lot of conversation, wonderful conversation, in the comments below. So, the difference between being poor and broke. Now, this is from some research I've done. If you are broke, what they say is that is just a temporary situation and you don't basically have money for extras or maybe things that you want, like going out for pizza. So you just may have enough money to pay your bills, but you might not have any money for extras. Poverty is more of a long-term, and it's much time more of a mindset, and it's tougher to get out of. Many times if people are broke, it may be, you've heard people say, oh, they're a broke college student. Maybe they have money to go, do a few things here or there, but they don't have a lot of extras to go buy clothing or go out to eat for pizza and things like that. They just have to watch their pennies, but they do have enough money to buy food. Now, if someone were to ask me, Dawn, what is poverty to you, or what do you think of being poor? To me, it basically means you don't have enough, and I think of it as a constant struggle. So you may actually go hungry or perhaps thirsty. You may not have safe shelter. You may not have access to health care when you need it. To me, things like that represent poverty to me, and I know everyone may be in a different situation. Now, I looked up what poverty level is in the United States in 2020, and what it said is for a family of one, if it's one person, this is 12,760, two people, 17,240, and three people would be 21,720. Now, perhaps that also may have something to do with where you live, because I'm sure each state has their own poverty level, because, like I said, some places are more expensive to live than other places. But I do know of folks that are living on a poverty level, but they don't feel impoverished because their bills are so low. For example, I know someone that rents a room, and they're a single person, and they probably make around $11,000 a year, but they rent a room, and they don't have a vehicle, and they just don't have a lot of expenses. They bike to work, so they live a very frugal budget, but they do have enough money for food and medical costs because their job does provide medical. So I definitely think that people may have a different opinion here. I do know some people that live abundantly on a poverty income, and how they do it is they just keep their bills really low. They may share housing expenses. They may not have cars. They may not have many of the things that many people have, and they may live off grid. So there could be a lot of different things going into it. But when I think of real true poverty, I think of people that are in lack. And that to me is really scary. There are people that actually really go hungry, or they don't know if they're going to be able to pay their next bills. We did have some neighbors, and to be honest, you may disagree with this. You guys know I live in Dallas, Texas. I came from a very cold climate to a very hot climate. And living in Dallas, there are some people that if they don't have air conditioning, I'm not saying you got to keep it at the coldest, but if they don't have it because of some health concerns, their health may really suffer from that. And we had some neighbors that were really tight financially. This has been years ago. And their air conditioning system went out. They didn't even have enough money to buy window units. And so they had to use fans and had to go without air conditioning. And to me, that would be really hard. So there are folks out there that do have to really watch their pennies, and they sometimes may not have enough money to meet some of their basic needs. To me, that's what poverty is. Broke would be, I'm broke until payday, and maybe they can kind of go out and get some money. People that are in poverty may not have the health to be able to go out and work. I know many times I hear folks judge people that don't have a job, and they'll say, well, why don't they get a job? This is how I feel about it. None of us, at least I know I'm going to say this from me, I haven't walked in anyone's shoes. Guess what? I am super blessed to be able to have the health to be able to do all the work that I'm able to do. Not everyone has that. I don't know each person's personal situation. But today I thought it would be kind of a good discussion to talk about what is the true difference between being broke and being at the poverty level. And what can we do to help those that are in poverty? What are the answers for them to be able to get out of that situation and to be able to have abundance in their life? I'd like to know from you what you guys think. Before signing off, I'm doing a shout out to a new channel that I've discovered that I really like, and I know you are. It's a young lady. Her name is Lorraine. She's in Canada, and her grocery budget, especially for being in Canada, is way lower than mine. She does a phenomenal job. She tells how she does it. She recently did a video on what a frugal kitchen looks like, and I'm extremely impressed with her, and I thought many of you who live in Canada especially may want to visit. She's only put a few videos up, but I think you'll like it. So let me know in the comments below what you think the difference is between being broke at a poverty level, and what kind of tips would you have for people that are living in poverty. I'd like to hear from you. That's all for now. This is Money Mom signing off, and as always, I love you. Bye-bye.